Radiant team ban. TNC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. Radiant team ban. Ten seconds remaining. TNC's turn to ban. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team pick.
Slada.
TNC's turn to pick.
Shadow Demon.
TNC's turn to pick.
Enigma.
Radiant team pick.
No, none of that. I mean, to be fair, you can't really say that unless you know the teams. And honestly, RRQ, a team that's been around for quite a while, but not exactly too familiar with the current roster. I've seen it go through a lot of changes. This is definitely a new one for me. I don't know. I'm gonna guess it's Zephyr. That's how I would pronounce it, at least. No, why would I root for Zephyr? I'm a TNC fanboy.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Kind of interesting to see it as a second pick for Enigma. I hope it's going to be something like you said, the Ice style. Just get a helm of the Dominator and shove lanes like crazy with that aura.
Radiant team ban.
I actually can't really remember either. I always just think about Magnus whenever I think of Ice because I think that's like the only thing I've seen him play recently.
Remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Well, not too much like out of the ordinary for RRQ. They put up with the Slardar, and then like you said, the Rubik to deal with or potentially deal with the Enigma. TNC ban out Lifestealer, not wanting to deal with the Slardar Lifestealer. I'm wondering if TNC are going to go back to that Luna, seeing as how SD Luna is pretty much in every single game. But okay, never mind, it's banned out. I was going to say I was kind of surprised to see it ignored, at least up until now.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Could just be a support, yeah.
Reserve time.
I don't really see it being a Tim's hero for the most part. He's always playing the hero that just kind of runs around, bothers every lane for the first 10 minutes of the game.
Radiant team pick.
I feel like you definitely need a setup for that. It doesn't feel that strong unless you actually have someone to hold people in place, because it's just so slow.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
I think he's still a decent hero. He definitely has been run a few times. He's kind of like the alternative to the Luna when you actually have a Shadow Demon on your team. So it's kind of similar in that sense. You kind of just shove lanes with the illusions safely, using the Shadow Demon illusions.
Sand King.
TNC's turn to pick.
I mean, I wasn't there for the first set. It was Faceless versus... I can't remember. Faceless versus some other team. Oh, Signature Trust. And then the next game was Next Gen versus WG.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Yep. I think for the first 20 to 30 minutes, or maybe not 30 minutes, but I'd say like 20 minutes, I think Luna is far superior just because Eclipse is a very, very powerful team fighting ability, whereas Terrorblade is just all about right-clicking people to death. Once it gets to maybe like past 20 minutes and he has maybe Manta and Dragonlance or something like that, his right-click is probably a lot more than Luna. Like obviously your AoE is non-existent, but you can 3 to 4 shot supports, that kind of thing with Terrorblade. I would agree with you if you're talking about just hitting towers, but if it's next to the racks, I don't think anything beats Luna, except for a tiny, a maxed out tiny might beat her. But other than that, I think Luna is the best at taking racks. I think it should be all right. Maybe that's why they. Well, actually, I was gonna say that's probably why they took Enigma. It's kind of to fulfill that Luna role. But if that was the case, why wouldn't you just take Luna in the first place?
Radiant team pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Even though you don't have that kind of follow-up that you normally see, whether it's Mirana or a Leshrac stun or Lina stun, any of those kind of things, you can definitely just treat it as a very, very defensive support now, because you have a Dazzle for Grave, and then you also have a Shadow Demon for a Disrupt.
Radiant team ban.
It's just a Malefice. That's it.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
I think it's actually okay for TNC right now. I think if they pick something that they actually could just pick something that makes it next to impossible for RRQ to take a fight into. I think something like Dragon Knight, for example, would just make it impossible for RRQ to fight into. And it's like you said, they don't have any disables, and they could run circles around them. But what does it really end up doing for them? I don't think TNC actually worry too much about getting kited. They just focus on objectives.
Ten seconds remaining.
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining. Reserve time.
Well, for starters,
10 seconds
you don't group up
remaining.
to allow a Sand King to 3-man burrow strike.
Outworld.
I don't think they need to play perfectly. They're just their draft makes it very, very
TNC is
difficult for RRQ to fight into. It's pretty much all it is. Yeah, you might want something else
10
to
seconds
actually
remaining.
lane against the OD, but just something else that's kind of similar
5
that
seconds
kind of
remaining.
makes it difficult for RQ to fight into. Even Shadow Fiend might be a possibility. This is fine too. Our Invoker is also very defensive. I think he's still gonna go Exort, and then you just right-click buildings to death. It's gonna be that kind of build, I think. And then you have Fort Spirits, you have Illusions all over the place, you have Eidolons all over the place. You're just gonna have a zoo running at you, and RQ don't exactly have a lot of AoE to deal with it.
They don't. Weaver Swarm is not exactly the best way to deal with it. Like Sand King, I think is the most important hero. Like he needs an early Blink Dagger to the lanes to do so.
Bit of pausing and unpausing from the same team.
I wonder if people pause in the beginning of the game because of that spike that you inevitably get.
Possibly. But whatever the reason is, can't start a game without a pause.
Not in C, man. All right,
But I think the laning phase from TNC is just going to be super passive.
I mean, they don't have a lot of options apart from being passive, right? Like, they don't have a lot of good roamers. I guess Enigma could duck in the jungle, but that's pretty much it. Like, they need to just make sure they don't get killed and get roamed on.
I don't think it's that defensive. I think you greatly underestimate the Shadow Demon Dazzle combo.
Well, they're gonna come up with Disruption. Ball is gonna take a lot of right-click damage. Zephyr is gonna come around and give him a little bit of assistance. Well, I probably should just go back to base at this point.
But basically once Dazzle gets a couple of levels, another Sunstrike. Once Dazzle gets a couple more levels, I think the combination between him and the Shadow Demon is actually pretty decent for ganking. But it really just depends on whether or not they actually want to do that.
You think there's any possibility of him ticking up that poison? In terms of skill point? Okay.
None.
Okay. By the way, if you hover your mouse over the Shadow Demon poison thing, so we have RQ coming around, ticking a rune. Very nicely done. Looks like they're gonna do a lane swap here. Sand King's gonna be taking the bot lane. There's a little like nice coloring for the different levels of that poison touch. I think that's the only spell I've noticed that does that.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
I think it is too. I wonder why.
Somebody decided to put in the extra 5 minutes to just do that one, but not for any other spells. Alright, the standard D-ward spot, missing the Observer a little bit. Very good placement. RQ, Eden coming around trying to get that lift off, but not sure whether they can even get a kill. Maybe they could get one on like Vior, but that's pretty much it.
I'm not too sure if there's actually any potential for a kill here.
Yeah, I don't think
they could actually. They need levels because I think you need like Swarm and Ult or something like that. And then it's the same for TNC. You need the Dazzle to hit 2 so you can actually heal bomb someone.
I mean, I think for TNC, they can go for the Disruption heal bomb like you mentioned, but for the most part, I think they just want to stay safe. Oh, they do lift up the Shadow Demon, and immediate disruption here. No crush to follow up. Now Zephyr is going to get driven away.
This is really good for TNC though. The pull isn't blocked, so little by little they're gonna pull ahead if they keep getting these pulls off.
Or was it blocked and they dewarded it? Because generally when you run these kind of offensive trial lane, you make sure you get that block off.
Yeah, I think you're right. Well, interesting to see this matchup at bottom. Sand King seems to be doing pretty well for himself.
Oh, Shadow Demon
farming
gets
the
lifted
item.
here. Tim's gonna disrupt himself, but I don't think he's gonna survive from this one here. Or maybe not, he's gonna actually run away. The Illusion spawning in a very good position. Now the Fable's gonna come through, not gonna hit, and now Eden's gonna give the first blood as a result. Okay, they do chase down the Shadow Demon, but now Zephyr in a very awkward position. He now jukes up. That's what I call a suicidal juke, although they're not gonna find him. What's happening right now?
Oh, they'll find him eventually. There you go.
Okay.
They're just trying to make absolutely sure that he doesn't like run out. They're just covering all the exits.
Alright. Tri lane failed. But you were saying that the Sand King is doing quite well on the bottom?
Yeah, he's just farming up the Eidolon.
I mean, is that a micro issue or? I want to say that's a micro issue because you could like use your Eidolons to deny each other.
It's very difficult because he's applying poison and then using Burrow Strike on them.
Yeah. Okay.
Top lane, Tim's gonna go down. Are they gonna get
Zephyr.
a return kill though?
Ooh, turns
Ooh, nice
around,
stun.
drop off a crush, and now the Weaver is going to be able to get the kill. But looks like the poison was able to pick him off. But this lane is really much a big bloodbath. Back in the mid lane here, looks like we have a disruption into a couple of right clicks. Cuckoo's going to go down here. So RRQ definitely making it happen in the early game.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
This is a very, very strong tri lane RRQ have, even though they lost the first 2 kills. Still, like, strong enough to actually fight against TNC, because TNC doesn't exactly have the most damage. A lot of it really relies on Terrorblade having Metamorphosis.
Yep. And as we know, that thing has like an ultimate worth of cooldown, so. Reorg and
Right.
Tim's is going to rotate around. The heal bomb is online, I imagine. Yes, it is. It's going to be a tough one, though, because he could just Astral himself from the heal bomb if he wants to. Warrior's going to fly in with boots, making the gank even more difficult.
It's a very
He
difficult
knows.
gank.
Yeah, he knows. Like, the supports are missing from top, and Scan's going to come out right on top of TNC support. Yeah, good recognition, but now suddenly it's going to be RRQ supports rotating from the other side.
Well, both sides playing it very carefully. I think both sides actually see each other too. The ward for TNC actually sees them. It's also this high ground ward. Top lane, Terrorblade's getting harassed. He has to be really careful here. He doesn't have any backup, and they know that supports are... They have to walk.
Man, I see what you mean by that. The Sand King. He just straight up burrows Eidolon, and then he just right clicks him. Nothing he could do about it.
It's pretty much his whole objective down here. He's just farming the Eidolons as hard as he can.
Yeah, because I think once without the Eidolons, I don't think Nigma could actually stand the lane as easily.
Right? So far, this early game for TNC isn't exactly doing too well. RRQ are actually leading by a very small amount.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing that you can't turn around with one good fight, but it is a little bit concerning that Sand King is doing extremely well in this lane, and OD is doing quite well as well, dodging that previous gank, and
Is under attack.
previously had a Midas queued up, so it might still be Midas here.
You know what? I'm actually kind of surprised that there hasn't been any Sunstrike attempt at the top lane. Oh, lift,
Well, they're kind of
stun,
just getting
Tims.
wrecked on here, and Sunstrike would not help here. Kel'Thuzad's going to run circles around, and now he's going to go on Reor perhaps in the back line. Gotta be careful. Zephyr's going to come back in looking for the crush, but he's taking way too much damage. Raven now turns around Zephyr. Gonna be going down to the poison, but Raven now getting circled on. Eden does have a Fable, and they're going to right-click him down. Where's that grave? The heal's going to come through. Eden taking a ton of damage, but looks like he will survive. Tims is going to pick up the kill, I think, unless Eden jukes like a god. Disruption? No. And
One right click.
Reor now coming through. I don't they have Sunstrike? Sunstrike's gonna come through. Bang! Wow!
Look at that heal bomb.
He had full HP in that disruption.
It's a very potent combo.
It is.
Four-man heal bomb, and Soul Catcher, and on top of and the Sunstrike on top of it.
Still though, I think even with that Weaver death, I think that was a favorable exchange for RRQ. Because they killed Raven one more time, he doesn't have meta. And interesting that he doesn't have a point of Sunder. I know that TB skips Sunder because of the high mana cost, but I feel like against this kind of aggressive lane, maybe having a point in Sunder is just safe to do so.
I'm actually not too sure about how I feel about that.
Like,
whether or not you should take Sunder.
Okay.
I'm gonna trust his judgment call and believe that this is the best option.
Okay, Zephyr's gonna come in around and it's gonna break up the sun, and now they lift up the Dazzle, and that's gonna be 1 kill. Now they're gonna focus on Tim's. Tim's taking so much damage because of the Storm, that's 2. And now the Astro coming through from OD. That's gonna be a 3rd one. Sunder would not have help here either. And all of a sudden, RRQ getting wrecked in the lane now. Oh, on the bottom lane, looks like a Black Hole was committed. Sam H able to pick one up with the help of his Eidolon friends. Alright,
there was also
that
a
helps.
Sunstrike for it.
Okay. But yeah.
I was like wondering how he could actually solo kill him. Even with Black Hole, it'd be really difficult. With the Sunstrike, it's definitely enough.
And he's gonna try his best to break that tier 1 tower down. He's gonna be going for the standard mech Greaves build. And the disruption on the Enigma. Let's go Siege. Ooh, the TPs are coming
reveals all the TPs with that.
Yeah. Tower is not in deny range yet, although that truck might put it in. Yeah. That thing will get denied.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Pretty decent for TNC, putting a lot of damage on that tower, and they also got 3 TPs out of it, so Ravens actually has some space to farm. Alright, what's happening here? Fims? Disrupt? Sunstrike? This is a Sunstrike though.
Yeah, Eden's fine, and now Burrow Strike's gonna follow that chainsaw, and Tim's gonna be going down here. And Sankey looking at his Blink Dagger timing, he's at 1960, so we're gonna see a Blink very soon. So something you mentioned during the draft is TNC needs to play good defensive Dota. And the true test is about to come. Whether they could do that against the Sankey Burrow with the Blink.
It's starting to look really difficult, honestly. I think RRQ had the kind of start that they're looking for, and I think they actually have enough to fight into TNC's lineup.
Yeah, I feel like TNC, in order for them to recover in this mid game, they need to really just turn ganks around via Disruption or Grave or Black Hole. But I feel like those is just so hard to come by, whereas RRQ's lineup and execution isn't that difficult, right? Like, once you have Blink Slaughter, once you have Blink Sanking, kills are just very easy. And now it's
a very run at you lineup.
Okay, Disruption's gonna follow through. Swarm's gonna fly out, but
Should be fine.
because of the Disruption, there's no way that the kill's gonna happen. Keldude's like going for the tower. The Glyph is gonna come out here. They're gonna just tower dive this tower?
I think they are, because Raven has to get out. He has no help.
Yeah.
Dire's top tower has fallen.
Right, he gets out safely. It's a easy tier 1 for RRQ. TNC almost at that mech. I think it's pretty much time that they start grouping up and pushing towers together. Especially with the Black Hole coming off cooldown in 40 seconds, this is definitely a good time to group up.
Radiant's bottom tower has
Alright, Eden's gonna deny the tower and just port straight out, so let's see if TNC's gonna just go into the tier 2. Again, Koala, he does have his Blink Dagger as well as an Arcane Rune in his bottle. Could just surprise this push with a big ass ultimate.
Well, he's waiting for it. Let's see how RRQ responds to this push.
Terrorblade still does not have Sunder, which... Alright, they're gonna slowly push in. Koala pops out Arcane Rune. He's ready, man. Shadow Demon Poison checking out the tree
TNC,
lines.
they're so
nice
careful.
micro by Sam H. Oh, the Epicenter's gonna come out, but only gonna get nothing but illusions. Alright, that's a big waste, but at least he had the Arcane Rune, so it's not exactly the longest cooldown. That was
That was so good for TNC, though. They forced out an epicenter and a bunch of TPs.
Yeah.
They definitely like won't feel as scared now if they decide to just run down another lane, because that's the blink reveal and also the epicenter.
And now, yeah, they're like you said, group up and right-click buildings. I'd like to remind you guys that TNC did not exactly have the best early game, but just the hero potential of this lineup is just so strong. And that goes back to something that you mentioned during the draft, is where exactly is the counter push from RRQ?
It's that blink epicenter. He had a good timing on it, but that's actually all there is right now. And look, they're making the right decision of just completely ignoring the death wall. They're just trying to shove out the other lanes as fast as they can.
I was thinking that OD needs to go for a veil first, so he could like astro a creep and then just veil the wave and just like burn down the wave. Because
and look at what's happening mid.
Yeah, they're just going high ground. What's happening? All right, disruption's gonna happen again here. All right, they're gonna kill the illusions pretty fast. And I think TNC is gonna be happy backing up. They just got a tier 1 and tier 2 for free. Did they lose anything? They might have lost some HP on the towers, but
they just need to go and defend that top tower.
Yeah.
And then pushing the top as well.
Very good job. Sieging it down. Raven's like, dude, you want to right click? It's fine.
Alright, the entire TNC lineup is rotating up top now.
Are they trying to do another death ball? This time up top?
They should be.
Oh,
I don't think they can sit back and try to farm.
Disruption, but it caught him in the Sakuchi. Definitely Blast gonna hit us well, and wow. Perfect
very nicely
combination
timed.
with Cuckoo. Yeah. I gotta say, RRQ is definitely giving him a lot of the lead in the last 2 minutes or so.
TNC definitely need to keep up this kind of pressure together rather than like farming off on their own.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're waiting pretty much the only way.
They're waiting for meta cooldown, right?
Yeah.
So
only
not like a
seconds.
Luna. Yeah, you gotta. And I don't think he wants to meta the tier 1 tower. But if a fight breaks out, I'm sure he wants meta available. I'm just gonna rotate forward. And I think the group up will continue up top.
Yeah, Metamorphosis up in 10 seconds. They're definitely ready to just go. He's also got a Dragon Lance, so pretty decent on the illusions right now.
Kel'Thuzad playing very aggressively again. Checking out on Enigma's item. He's got the mech, but the team is actually moving very slowly overall.
This is like the one of the downsides to not having a Luna. When you have that Luna SD, oh wait, we're gonna see an engagement up here. They're prepped. They don't even want them to reach the tower.
Yep.
You have to be so careful here.
Eden dropping off a very good ward, seeing out the Enigma on the right side. Vision advantage. I gotta say it's probably on the side
Raven's
of
gonna scout
RRQ.
everyone out.
Okay.
They catch out the OD. Could be really bad for RRQ.
Okay, OD's gonna Astro himself. His teammates are coming right back in. Sunstrike on top of the OD. Looks like it's gonna be a little bit mistimed. He even Midas on the way out. He's gonna be fine. Might have to like Shrine on the right side to get some HP back. Is that available? It's not.
It's not.
Yeah.
I think because of that, they actually have to give up this tower.
Yeah. It's gonna TP back to base and Shrine up right now. They're probably gonna give up a tier 1. No, they're gonna give up a tier 1 and perhaps tier 2 as well. Kel'Thuzad's gonna TP to the bottom tower. I feel like that's perhaps conceding a little bit too early. Because that tier 2 is guaranteed to be dead now.
I'm a little surprised as well.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I guess the meta was popped so early that they probably can't high ground. But they're gonna at least hit it a little bit.
They're definitely gonna force everyone back before they leave, I think. Oh no, they're just leaving now. Thought they would at least send some illusions.
Meta's out, right? So.
Well, another 80 seconds until their next push. TNC are doing a pretty good job at just protecting their towers as well. They only lost 1 tower.
Well, I mean, honestly, RRQ is not exactly at the strongest right now. But you give them 20 minutes of farm time, I think this Weaver and this OD is going to be a big problem.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I mean, you say that, but you have to remember TNC don't exactly have a weak lineup either. Arm, Invoker, and Terrorblade are pretty scary to deal with.
Alright, the critical pickup now is that Zephyr does have the Blink Dagger available. Finally. Now they can actually have multiple way to initiate instead of just, you know, relying on the Sanking. I think Sanking in this game is perhaps better as a follow-up initiation to the Slaughter. Wow, they're gonna just go into Roche. This is some brave stuff.
I actually really like this move.
Okay.
Because I think if they see even one TNC hero on the map, they just have to assume they're getting ready to push together again.
The movement from TNC is very pronounced, and you know, not much you can do about it one way or another.
Yeah, definitely. Especially since they kind of showed their hand very early on, just 5-manning for the last 10 minutes or something like that.
Yeah. And now RRQ, despite getting this Roche, it's gonna take a while. These supports are running out of HP and mana quite fast. Tier 2 top is gonna be taken down by the OD. They will get Aegis, and honestly I think you want OD to have this Aegis, but it looks like Keldizad's gonna pick it up.
That's your last tier 2 now. And Shrines are going to start going down, unless they're going to smoke for the... Yeah, they do smoke. They want to defend their tier 1.
Okay.
Do they have Glyph? I don't think they have Glyph, right?
Tier 1's gonna go down here, and I do believe that the OD should make it out in time for staff TP. So I think with the Roche and the tier 1 and tier 2 that RRQ got, I think this game is more even as than you would think. I think this is perhaps even RRQ advantaged.
A lot of it really comes down to how TNC handled this Aegis. It really depends on what they can get done during this like Aegis time. If they manage to like farm and then wait it out, and then probably high ground shouldn't be too much of an issue. Maybe they feel like they're strong enough. I actually think they're strong enough to high ground even against an Aegis, but yeah, that's like a kind of a risk you have to take. They might not feel like taking it right now.
Is OD even working towards the Veil? No, he's just going for the standard OD items, which I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that.
What did you want to see again? Veil?
Veil, yeah. Just to pop waves. Because they don't have any AoE. And Veil, of course, is good for his tanking as well.
I think it's alright. I think that I actually would prefer the build that he has now. You kind of go for the later carry build. Especially since a lot of the heavy magic damage is just only from Sand King. Like, you have a nuke from Rubik, but that's about it.
Well, TNC definitely expecting a smoke coming. They're not going to get caught by it. Getting caught by smoke right now would definitely break a lot of TNC's momentum. And obviously, with the Aegis on the side of RQ, they'll be possibly going high ground with the pick.
There's a Manta on Raven now, too. So the Illusion build is now fully online.
Yep. I mean, in theory, like, the OD could pop the illusions fairly easily with his orbs, but let's assume that he could get close enough to right-click. So Raven's illusions also have quite a bit of range.
Yeah, even if he orbs down all the illusions, you know, just sending in 4 at a time, or 4 or 5, whatever it is you come in with, is still gonna chip away at the building. And I think TNC are perfectly fine with just getting free building damage.
I don't know if chip away is the right term. Maybe chunk away is the better one, because they are hitting hard. All right, we're gonna have a big death ball coming in. Raven has a double damage, still looking like halfway through. We're gonna need response right now. Where the hell is RRQ?
They're just sitting on high ground, Shrine high ground, waiting for people to push out mid, but they're not there. They're all on the bottom.
Okay, it looks like they're gonna give up the push. Seeing enough here to rotate back in. Or are they? Illusions being sent up.
Yeah, Cuckoo's leading.
Alright,
Everyone's just leading as well.
Illusion's still alive, hitting your buildings.
Chipping.
Please.
Alright, no, you're right. Chunking. Let's go with chunking.
Yeah. I don't know, it's actually going down pretty fast, and this is all with all the illusion nerfs for building damage.
I actually really like this map movement from TNC. Just pushing the lanes together. With the vision you have up, they kind of like know where they are, and then you just force them all back and then leave again. And it makes it very, very difficult for RRQ to actually pick people off, and then it just wastes that Aegis time. They're not really accomplishing anything with it.
You know, for all of that thing I said about, hey look, RRQ has such a mobile lineup, they get to do a lot of ganking and fighting. They haven't been able to find any of that because of the good TNC movement like you mentioned. So definitely recognizing where the enemy lineup is the strongest and taking away that advantage from them.
Well, they're grouping down mid, trying to get something out of this Aegis.
Okay, well Kel'Thuzad is going to be pushing quite fast. One thing I've noticed is that he's very aggressive with the Sakuchi movement, just using it to like push the wave. Last time he did get punished by it, but this time he does have his whole team behind him. Aegis should be out relatively soon.
I think it's got about a minute left. Oh, they're all teaming up top. They want to catch out Cuckoo. Are they going to find him?
Okay, maybe a scan into the trees is what they want, but okay. Zephyr is going to reveal his position. Everyone misses, and Cuckoo's back home. And there's that Aegis.
Right. Once again, just really good map movement from TNC. They actually lost nothing with that, just to wait it out.
Yeah.
Now they feel confident in making their move. Lane's in a really good position as well. This should be the first high ground attempt.
Oh, Weaver might get caught here. Sakuchi on cooldown for a little bit. Aegis down. Blink Black Hole. Sunstrike on top. Oh my god, everything. Alright.
It's like you said. This is not what Enigma is about, but perfect for the one-man Weaver hole.
Yeah. I mean, he's the carrier, right? So why not? Nobody, again, rotating. I feel like TNC is just showing that they have more experience and knowing exactly what needs to be done, even in a deficit. And now they're poking up in the high ground. The damage output's going to be there. Okay, Zephyr popping a stun. Slowing down this push a little bit, but also Weave is being prepared. Nice Burrow Strike. Okay. Lots of damage output, but nice Manta Style is going to destroy most of that damage. Tower is going to go down right now. OD trying his best, and now Sam H puts a Malefice behind, but stolen by Eden. Eden, though, gotta be careful. Burrow Strike coming in, hitting a lot of people. Zephyr on the back line as well, doing a lot of work, but where's the damage output? Koala is gonna actually just get right-clicked down by the Raven. Kel'Thuzad walking back in, needs to time-lapse back out. Wait, where did he time-lapse to? Just behind the base?
He TP'd in.
Oh, time-lapse back to the fountain. Burrow Strike, Epicenter, but gets immediately canceled. Koala not having his day right now. That was his buyback, and he's taking way too much damage as well. I think TNC might need to back off. Meta's out. But honestly, very happy with what they got. They got a melee set of racks. They got a buyback from, I believe, the Sand King. And they haven't lost anybody. So now go back, push out the wave, and hype them up.
Wait for that metamorphosis again.
Yep.
It's round 2.
So he's gone for the BKB. This is screaming, I want to end the game now. Because I think if you want to scale more, like going for a Butter or a Scotty is probably best, but once he has BKB, what the hell is like the answer? I don't think they have enough physical damage to kill him, even with Corrosive Haze and Desolator.
I would definitely agree with you there. Did you see that Weaver? He did one Shikuchi and he tried to run through everyone.
Yeah, he
almost died. Yeah, he almost got wrecked.
Alright, Burrow Strike. Okay, they
Reor.
do find Reor. That's going to be a great pick. Cuckoo taking a little bit of damage. The Meatball covering the retreat of Sam H. That's a good pick here, and now R may be able to pick up a tier 2 tower.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Ooh. OD blinks into a tornado. That's unfortunate for him. Uh-oh. Burrow Strike's going to come in, and that's going to be on Raven. Raven should be fine. Pops a Manta, gets rid of Corrosive Haze, and that's an OD self-orb. Button Strike on top. OD taking a ton of damage. OD cannot die here. Raven pops a meta just to get the kill. I say worth. And now they're going to just push mid, right?
You definitely want to push mid because you want to at least bait out buyback or something like that.
Hey, I'll take your tribute.
The meta being used like just for walking down the lane, not exactly what what it's best for, but hey.
It's like you said, right? Just to kill the OD, worth.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely worth. I mean, look at it. OD still has like 30 seconds left.
Yeah.
So they either force a buyback or it's another lane of rack.
Oh my
and
god.
They're gonna have to make a decision
solutions.
right now.
He's just going in. Okay, Koala comes in, Burrow Strike, but his Blink Daggers can cancel, and now he's taking way too much damage. Keep in mind, this is buyback. Koala dead. No, okay, defensive Astral. Maybe he could Burrow Strike out. Koala? Okay, the right click's gonna get him dead. Melee Rax down to about a quarter HP. BKB out, Manta out, Meta out. I think it's time for TNC to back off here. No need to take this unnecessary risk. Cuckoo disagree. Blinks in 2-man tornado here. Oh, Sam H is in the trees. He'll break himself out of the trees. The right click coming due. Eden probably gonna go down here. Cuckoo picks up the kill. Zephyr blinks back in against Sam H, but Sam H so damn tanky. Alright. The Weaver on the back line trying to do what he can. And now TNC Raven just walks up the Raxes in his melee form, using his Manta again here to disjoint Pike. And they get yet another melee Rax.
And at what cost? Nothing was lost, right?
Nothing
they still
was
have Black
lost.
Hole as well. And this is pretty much like the biggest issue with RRQ's draft, I feel, is there's just no way to clear out all the illusions and eidolons and everything that was running down the lane.
Yeah. I'm still sold on my Veil build, I'm just saying.
I think it's actually not bad either. Especially considering the situation they were in. They probably just felt like they were in better control than they originally thought.
Mm-hmm. I think if they were...
it did feel like it.
I think if they were able to get like 1 or 2 picks to delay this TNC Deathball push, then I agree with the build that OD's gone for. But they couldn't find anything, right? That goes back to the TNC movement that was so pristine.
I think the biggest slip up was that attempt at top. I think they were actually in a very good position, but TNC just scouted them out and it just ruined everything. Maybe they should have just went.
Go ahead.
I was just saying, when they were hiding up there, I think they should have just went instead of waiting for the perfect opportunity. Instead of waiting for so long, they waited to the point where Raven's illusion just scouted them out, and then it just ruined the ambush.
You mean defending the tier 1 tower up here?
Right.
Okay. I think the only way that TNC could lose a high ground push teamfight is if Sam H uses Black Hole and gets it stolen. So, for his sake, if he just holds on to the Black Hole, I think they're going to be fine. Alright, Swarm's going to scout out this Roche's hand. TNC bringing it down pretty low here. Okay, Zephyr pops off the corrosive phase and bashing him up. Epicenter being channeled on the backline here. They want Raven. He has not activated his BKB. Astro's going to come in to guarantee the kill on the backline. Tim's going to work here. Alright, meanwhile, they do lift up Cuckoo. Do they have a second Burrow Strike? The question, 1 second, Burrow Strike coming off cooldown. It is going to burrow down 2. Tim's is going to self-destruct, and it's going to be OD blinking forward, Astral, and going to work. Reorg is going to pop a grave, going to pour it out. Meanwhile, Cuckoo does not have to back up. He's going to get Burrow Strike down to death. Yes, looks like the Crush is going to get him. And not activating that BKB by Raven.
That was some excellent play from RRQ.
Yeah.
That was so good. You know what happened? It's really unfortunate that Raven didn't pop his BKB, but he didn't know that the epicenter was coming in. And he was very, very confident in his ability to survive, right? Not needing it because there's a Dazzle nearby.
Sure.
But Zephyr spotted out the Dazzle, and at the same time when Sand King went in, he also blink crushed the Dazzle. So Dazzle couldn't even do anything to help him.
Yeah, the best part for that was OD Astral, the what you can call it, the Terrorblade. So no Grave can be cast, no BKB can be activated, and just killed him inside his Astral with a 1-man O. Generally 1-man O is not what you want to be doing, but that just bypassed every kind of defensive capability on the side of TNC. So now, suddenly with that big turn of events here, now OD having the Aegis, they are getting what seems to be the last remaining tier 2. This could be big. Zephyr is going to scout out the team, though he's almost outside of that sentry range. Alright, he's fine. Do we have a comeback?
I think a lot of it really rides on how much they're able to accomplish with this Aegis.
I think they're gonna get at least all the Outer Tower and like 2 shrines, right?
I would say so, yeah. Because I don't think TNC are going to feel very confident in fighting against...
Dire's
Yeah.
bottom tower is falling.
So all the tier 2s are down, and like you said, 1 shrine. I don't know if they'll get both. It's really hard to go for the other one, maybe.
Did you see that GIF on Reddit? Like there's some random ancients that just like start hitting the shrine by accident. Okay,
Yeah, I saw that.
The ancients could help RRQ a little bit. Well,
So
RRQ
1 shrine's all they take, and they
Yeah.
just go back to defend and push out lanes. Curious to see what they end up doing with this Aegis, because, I mean, they still have a lot of time within, like, 3 more minutes.
Kel'Thuzad, I believe, going back for a Lincoln Sphere. Find that pretty interesting. Oh, on the back line here. OD playing very aggressive. He's got a lot of self-defensive capability with the Pike, the Blink, the Astro, even the Shiva's Guard, so... I think RQ needs to force a little bit more. They ping out the Shrine. They'll eventually take that. Burrow Strike's gonna find himself Reor. Nice defensive forward staff here.
I actually think the Lincoln's pickup is okay for the Weaver. It's like you said, they don't really have any lockdown except for the Black Hole and Malefice. So if he decides to Malefice the Weaver, like there's actually nothing else to keep him stunned.
Radiant's bottom barracks are under attack.
Well, actually, he's... Looks like he's not gonna complete anything off of that,
A lot of
off
damage on that
prison
range.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think the range matters too much, but, you know, a building's a building. Cuckoo's trying to do what he can with a split push, so... Try out this game, way out the Aegis. Uh-oh, but looks like it's gonna be Sandmage getting caught out. The Grave's gonna come through. Should have went for that Astro ult like I mentioned earlier, but I think they still get the kill regardless. Sandmage pops the BKB. Glimmer Cape's gonna keep him alive. Eden's gonna come forward, and he's gonna be fine. Okay, OD's gonna go forward for the Dazzle kill. They see Tim's. Tim's gonna get crushed as well here. That's gonna be a 2-shot Tim's. And all of a sudden, we have a creep wave. Oh, we don't actually. As creep wave is all the way back in the tier 2s.
Dire's middle tower.
The Sand King is trying his best to push it back out. Oh, I heard a BKB going off.
Oh, Raven accidentally BKB'd.
I don't think they know though, but
They don't know. Like he's hiding it.
Radiant's top
That's still
tower is under
pretty bad.
yeah,
That's not what you want. Because he's not gonna have it now. And the creep wave is reaching the base. That's potentially game losing.
Yeah, a little bit of cause for concern here. OD blinks forward. He can play like this because of the Aegis, so... Alright, he'll lose a little bit of mana, but does not care. And now Kel'Thuzad hitting the building pretty hard. That Malefice in a very good defensive spot. And they're waiting. Bot lane's pushing in. Do you just give up the bot racks? They want to just go back now.
Cuckoo's TPing down there. He has to be careful though.
That's the
The
Weaver
entire
coming in
team
as
is
well.
coming as well.
Uh-oh, Cuckoo needs to go invis right now. He does. No detection.
There is a gem on Eden as well.
Yep.
It's a really good thing that TNC picked up the 2 racks to begin with. Otherwise, I feel like they pretty much just lost the game.
Uh-oh, Zephyr's gonna get found here. He does have the Force Staff. He will need to Force Staff right now. Into a Crush, perhaps? Oh, that Cold Snap doing a little bit of work. Koala thinking about helping out his teammate. Blink Dagger off cooldown. He's fine. Meanwhile, Koala needs to blink as well. Or Burrow, something. Okay, Force Staff. He's got Ghost. Burrow.
He's got that super long burrow as well.
Yeah, he's fine.
Should be fine.
Sunstrike? Okay. His TP's on CD for a while.
Cuckoo is still chasing him.
Oh, on the back line though, Eden doing some work. BKB getting activated. Sandmage, one-man Black Hole against Rubik. Stolen Black Hole, but he's gonna be... No, he just died to the right click. And now it's gonna be OD, surrounded from all
just ran
sides.
out.
Okay, he's gonna Astro and look to blink himself back out. Can he? Will he? He does blink to the right side, but they can still chase. Force Staff? Oh, he's still stuck here! Oh no! Astro again? Astro again? Okay, but I don't
Blink in
see us
3.
blink. Okay, there's a buyback here from the Slaughter. Okay, 3-man Crush doing some work, but they lose the OD. But the
huge
epicenter
epicenter.
from Sand King, that's huge! Cuckoo dropping very low as well. Zephyr gonna Force Staff away. I heard Thunder going off. Koala gets to Diffusal Blade, and he's taking a ton of damage, but the buyback from OD cleans up complete chaotic fight. Cuckoo thinking about backdooring something. He blinks into the base and porks back out.
Radiant's
Meanwhile, the
bottom
mid
barracks
Raxes as well as the bot Raxes has been completely cleaned up, and that was still multiple buybacks being forced out. This is a SEA Dota game through and through, if I have to say so myself.
I mean, we were praising the TNC lineup, playing it pretty damn well throughout this entire game, and with that one slip up at Roshan, like this game has gone the complete opposite direction.
Yeah.
It's like a really difficult game for TNC all of a sudden.
Well, it's difficult for both teams now, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, RRQ, we're slowly making their way back into this game, but with that team fight, you know, I would say they barely come out ahead, but that's, what, two buybacks coming out from them? OD had to buy back, and Sardar bought back as well.
Yeah, the OD buyback was key in particular because he is very close to Hex. If he didn't have to buy back there, he would have Hex. Oh, Rior gets stunned. All right, corrosive haze. They lift him up, maybe give him a spell seal. Rior, oh my god, gets caught out and he's dead. And thankfully this time around, the group weight is at the middle of the map if they want to go for it. But it seems like RQ has different attention in mind. They want to perhaps pick Cuckoo. Cuckoo goes invis. Do they have a gem?
Oh,
Is the
you have a
question.
gem. Yeah, Zephyr has the gem that he gives up. Cuckoo's still staying around. RQ had to play this out very, very patiently because they ended up losing 2 Raxes already. And because of that, like, there's really not much stopping Cuckoo from just backdooring them and taking that last Rax. So they have to play this out very, very patiently.
So, because after the Dazzle kill, saying they could just push mid is not the patient play, I guess.
They probably just want to accomplish something with the Dazzle's death. But, I mean, Dazzle's already
Cuckoo?
back, but they're still here.
Alright, Cuckoo's gonna blink away. That Lincoln Sir is gonna give him that first line of defense against the Burrow Strike. Khalduzad wearing down the tower a little bit, but I think it's back time if you want to prevent your waves from being pushed back in.
Yeah, if they decide to go for any kind of objective, they have to make absolutely sure that mid and bottom are pushed out. Like, there can't be any creeps in your base. Otherwise,
Did I
Cuckoo
just
could
hear Siren? Where you are?
I live in a shady neighborhood.
Dude, it's
So
like,
yes.
like 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it's only 9 here.
Oh, okay. Well, good. It's early for you. There's Hex being picked up here, so I think Cuckoo's lifespan might be a little bit shorter. Raven,
He does
that's a
have
double damage.
does have that Lincolns at least.
Yeah, but Blink, Astral, Hex, that's a kill.
And
man.
that's a lot to cast. It doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a lot to cast. And I mean, Cuckoo is no slouch. He's gonna react in time, I think.
Okay.
I think, although at the same time, it's Blink, Hurricane, Pike, and
They want to force this. Koalas, they layer the sun here on Raven a little bit. Raven does not care. Tower's going to go down. Tornado does flip him. Black Hole, one-man Black Hole. Who's going to rescue him is a question. That's his buyback. He's dead. Black Hole was stolen, and that is a one-man Black Hole gets immediately canceled by Raven. Raven popping the BKB, going to work, right-clicking at everybody. He's going to Sunder up, going on Koala. Koala's going to be dead. Khalduzad gets purged up. He's going to get forced back. Buybacks are coming out from the Sand King, but it doesn't matter. The Raxes are taking way too much damage. And people are just dying now. Yeah, buildings are dying. Okay, Koala gets off a nice Burrow Strike, but I don't think that's going to be enough here. There's just too many stuff surrounding the building. Koala's going to die once again, and Raven, Objective Gaming, is going to take down the building. Khalduzad on the back line, going to get driven away, but that's GG well played being forced out. And what a quick ending to what could have been a very climactic game.
I think we greatly underestimated just how important the buyback from OD and Sardar was. Because without the buyback, this team fight.
Yeah.